The FDA has granted approval for Taiho Oncology's Lonsurf or tipiracil in combination with Roche's Avastin or bevacizumab for the treatment of metastatic colorectal cancer (mCRC). This expanded approval applies to mCRC patients who have previously undergone treatment with an anti-VEGF biologic agent and chemotherapy based on fluoropyrimidine, oxaliplatin, and irinotecan. Patients with wild-type RAS protein and a history of anti-EGFR therapy are also eligible for this combination regimen. Clinical trials, including the Phase 3 Sunlight trial, supported the FDA's decision, demonstrating a significant improvement in overall survival and progression-free survival with a Lonsurf Avastin combination. Additionally, the combo treatment slowed functional decline and its safety profile was manageable. This approval positions Lonsurf as a vital treatment option for mCRC patients. The CDC has recommended the use of Beyfortus, a monoclonal antibody developed by Sanofi and AstraZeneca to protect infants and some older babies from RSV. This antibody approved by the FDA in July will be available for the upcoming RSV season. The CDC advises one dose for infants under 8 months entering their first RSV season and at-risk children aged 8 to 19 months in their second season following unanimous support from the ACIP. RSV can be severe in young babies, leading to hospitalizations and fatalities. Beyfortus will be covered by insurance, but pricing varies by weight. This development reflects the growing focus on RSV prevention and could lead to substantial sales in the RSV prevention market. Terumo Blood and Cell Technologies has gained FDA clearance for the Revius automated whole blood system, which is touted as the first whole blood automation device in the US. This system streamlines the process of separating blood into its various components, such as platelets, in a single centrifugation cycle, reducing the manual steps required. With increasing demand for platelets used in treatments like trauma care and chemotherapy, the device aims to make blood collection and platelet separation more efficient, ensuring a stable platelet supply for patients. Terumo is initially collaborating with Blood Centers of America to deploy the technology, which could help maximize the use of whole blood donations and extend the shelf life of platelets. Johnson & Johnson MedTech's Biosense Webster division has received FDA approval for a zero fluoroscopy approach to its atrial fibrillation (AFib) treatments. This means that many of its cardiac ablation catheters can now be guided into the heart using ultrasound instead of X-ray fluoroscopy, reducing radiation exposure for patients and healthcare providers. This approval is based on real-world evidence gathered from an observational registry launched in 2019, demonstrating the efficiency and safety of catheter ablation procedures for AFib without X-ray guidance. This approach aims to improve patient and provider safety by minimizing radiation exposure and eliminating the need for heavy protective gear worn by clinicians during procedures. Scientists have identified a new methane-forming mechanism in deep-sea and aquatic environments previously thought to only occur within cells. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas, and understanding its sources is crucial for climate change assessment. This process, known as the phantom reaction, can create methane when certain compounds react with hydrogen peroxide and reduced iron, even outside living cells, particularly in oxygen-depleted conditions with light and heat. This discovery challenges the previous belief that methane formation in the deep sea primarily resulted from a geological process called serpentinization. It offers new insights into methane production and its role in Earth's atmospheric development. Researchers from Duke University Medical Center have identified a lipid present in human breast milk that has the potential to treat cerebral palsy, a neurodevelopmental disorder caused by white matter injury in the brain. In a study published in Cell Stem Cell, the scientists have found that this breast milk lipid stimulated stem cells to develop into white matter, effectively repairing brain damage in neonatal mice. Cerebral palsy is particularly challenging to treat, with premature birth as a leading risk factor, making clinical trials challenging. The researchers are now planning to launch a clinical trial to investigate the lipid's potential for human treatment, although there are still questions about its effectiveness in addressing additional deficits often seen in premature babies. Researchers at the University of New South Wales have created an app called Walking Tall to assist people with Parkinson's disease in improving their walking. The app offers audio guidance, metronome beats, and encouragement to help users overcome the challenges of Parkinson's, which often result in slower and smaller steps. Users can set their training pace and duration, and the app provides instructions to focus on larger steps and maintain good posture. In a clinical trial, Walking Tall users spent more time training compared to those using the Otago exercise program, indicating its effectiveness. The researchers have established a spin-out company, Walking Tall Health, to further develop the app based on user feedback and continue improving it. Boston Scientific has received FDA approval for its Polar X cryoablation system, which uses extreme cold to treat paroxysmal atrial fibrillation, or AFib, a form of AFib where symptoms come and go. The system, already approved in Europe and Japan, includes the PolarX Fit catheter, an expandable balloon catheter that can be adjusted to 2 sizes to suit each patient's anatomy. The catheter is inserted into the pulmonary vein, where it emits very cold gas to freeze on scar tissue, disrupting the irregular electrical signals causing AFib. In a clinical trial, 80% of participants were free from documented atrial arrhythmias a year after the procedures, with excellent safety results. The system provides improved maneuverability and variable balloon sizes for treating varying cardiac anatomies. ZimVie has received FDA approval for a modified version of its Mobi-C spinal implant with a smaller height of 4.5 mm, addressing the anatomical needs of the U.S. patient population. The Mobi-C device was the first cervical disc approved in the U.S. to treat multiple levels of the cervical spine and has been a key product for ZimVie. The company cited the product as a driver of growth outside the U.S. in its recent earnings call. The approval is based on real-world clinical evidence from European studies, which demonstrated the long-term safety and efficacy of the smaller disc. Renaissance Pharma, a UK-based startup, is developing a drug candidate called HU14.18 to treat high-risk neuroblastoma, a rare childhood cancer. The disease is challenging to treat, especially when surgery is not an option. Renaissance Pharma's HU14.18 is a humanized anti-GD2 monoclonal antibody that targets the GD2 antigen found in neuroblastoma tumors. It has shown promising results in clinical trials with an overall survival rate of 86% in high-risk neuroblastoma patients compared to the average rate of 50%. The drug is designed to reduce side effects and increase dosing effectiveness. Renaissance Pharma is working to expedite the drug's approval and commercialization. Researchers are testing an unusual approach to control malaria-carrying mosquitoes by targeting their sense of hearing. Led by Professor Dr. Jörg Albert from the University of Oldenburg and researchers from University College London, the study found that the neurotransmitter octopamine plays a crucial role in mosquito hearing and, consequently, their reproduction. Male mosquitoes identify females by their lower pitch flight tone during swarming. Octopamine receptors in their ears play a key role in this process. When males are exposed to a mildly toxic insecticide called imitraz, typically used against ticks and mites, these hearing-related reactions are weakened or suppressed, impairing their ability to hear and locate females. This approach could help reduce the population of malaria-carrying mosquitoes and combat diseases like malaria and dengue fever. A study led by researchers from the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and the COVID-19 International Research Team, COVE-IRT, has uncovered a mechanism through which SARS-CoV-2, the virus responsible for COVID-19, suppresses genes in mitochondria across multiple organ systems including lungs, brain, heart, kidneys, liver, and lymph nodes. This suppression linked to the activity of a non-coding RNA called microRNA 2392 affects mitochondrial function and may explain long COVID symptoms like brain fog and cardiovascular issues. The findings could lead to the development of treatments targeting mitochondrial function and alleviate long COVID symptoms. The FDA has granted accelerated approval to Pfizer's Elrexfio for the treatment of advanced multiple myeloma in patients who have not responded to at least 4 prior therapies. Clinical trial results showed a 58% response rate to treatment, but further studies are needed to confirm these findings. Elrexfio is an off-the-shelf bispecific antibody that targets a protein called BCMA found in malignant plasma cells, triggering an immune response. It competes with Johnson & Johnson Tecvayli and Talvey. Elrexfio offers a dosing advantage with a single fixed dose and less frequent injections than its competitors, which may increase its appeal to patients. The price for a typical treatment course of Elrexfio is approximately $330,000. Pfizer expects bispecific like Elrexfio to become a standard treatment for multiple myeloma, with a potential for annual revenue to reach $4 billion. A new article explores the use of artificial sweeteners to reduce sugar and calorie intake and their potential influence on the immune system. Dr. Dietmar Kraftwerst discusses various approved sweeteners and their varying health assessments globally. A pilot study involving 10 participants found that sweeteners can affect gene activity related to taste receptors and immune system regulation, potentially making immune cells more responsive to bacterial stimuli. However, the long-term health implications require further research, and the study suggests that taste receptors may play a role in the cellular immune system. Global contract research organization CRO Parexel is partnering with digital pharma platform provider Pardex to harness AI for drug discovery, biotech development, and clinical trial optimization. The collaboration aims to enhance Parexel's clinical trial services, improve the success rates of drug developers' assets, and identify additional therapeutic applications for existing treatments. While financial details of the agreement remains undisclosed, Parexel plans to manage Pardex clinical trials and leverage the AI-powered data-to-drugs platform to streamline their operations, aligning with their strategy to leverage advanced technologies across all phases of clinical research. Thanks for watching my Biotech News Update. If you found this video informative, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more updates. Additionally, all the sources used in this video can be found in the description below. Stay tuned for more exciting news in biotech.